We out here with the one and only Nomoozlie.
Get it right.
Yes, not ZZ. I ain't hear that on the single, so you must know. You must know. We out here listening to the spell. Let me hear if you're going to spell the name right. You know? Nomoozlie. Firstly, can I just clear the air? You know, I just want to clear the air. I feel that like 10 over 10 played me and eventually played us, you know, and then they had these posts where I said, fill in the presenter badge. I just want to clear the air. Can I clear the air with you, please?
You need to?
I would love to. I would love to. I just said that when they said that it was the Groundbreakers, I said, they can't call you a rap groundbreaker, but when you come to presenting though, in the presenter badge, you're a groundbreaker there. Because we ain't seen anyone like you in a while. That's what I meant. So, I think that's truth though. I can't call you a rap groundbreaker right now. Right now. But you about to drop the single, so that could all change. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wasn't mad about it. I think because like I know, especially because I do the entertainment, I kind of know that anything will get you.
Yeah.
And I also know that sometimes you don't say something with malicious intent, it's just the way it is for you.
Yeah, yeah.
It might not be that way for everybody else, and it's probably why they use it, because it may only be you seeing it that way.
Yeah.
So if you put that out, maybe it'll be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I don't think people watch TV and try to get information on things that they already know.
Yeah.
So you're slicker. So
yeah, but
we'll forgive you.
Thank you. To keep it 100 though, I mean, I'm a stern rap dude, so you know, I mean, I also like want to give credibility where credibility is due. But most important though, beyond rap, I'm also like, I'm not a hater. I see greatness. I mean, so when I see you, I go, yo, you killing it though with that whole thing, with that whole fashion thing. I mean, to keep it 100 with you, I was speaking to your people the other day for some other business deal that never went through, and it just come across me. And I was like, but yo, you the leader right now. They should be talking to you. And that's how it came back to me. He said, because I give props to you, but we're not gonna get into that. Let's talk about that.
Let's get into it.
In fact, I want to get into your one tweet actually, where you said, your tweet said something in the nature, I might quote it wrong. You said the reason why brands aren't paying enough money to personalities or artists is because of other artists who are accepting little.
No, my tweet was, I usually get upset at brands for offering peanuts for deals, but who I really should be getting mad at is the people that keep accepting these peanuts.
That's
Funny enough, that tweet wasn't even about the people that you're talking about.
No, I know it wasn't, because that was a long time ago.
You know what I mean? It was just, but it's the truth of the matter. Like, nobody actually knows what kind of deals they're signing. Nobody really knows. And I think it's actually, I love and respect that people love to deal with the artist and want to get into the artist's head. But at the end of the day, I'm a rapper. I'm a TV presenter. Like, I don't know the things that you guys are talking about. And when you have somebody that does know what they're talking about, it actually gets exposed that even some of the people don't even know what it is that they're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And I think sometimes when you put yourself in a position of, you know exactly what you want, you know exactly what you don't want, people see you as shrewd, or they see you as, oh, you think you're better, or you think you're smarter, or you think you're bigger than this. It's like, no, but I know my own value, I know my own worth, and I know that you're playing me. So if you really want to work with me, if you're selling me this dream of, yo, I want to collaborate with you on such and such a thing, I want us to do this thing, I want us to make it happen because we believe in you, we want you to be involved, you are the perfect person, you. Then I need my money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's only fair. And the thing is that I feel like if brands really come to the party and really truly give these artists what they deserve, all you're doing is unlocking them even more. Hence deals like Abu Mabala Noise are like, oh wow, Groundbreaker is so super unlocked now. It's like, yes, they've always had those ideas in their head, but if you don't have the financial backing to make those things happen, it's not going to work for you. And it's not only in the hip-hop space. I mean, I remember Euphonic and Fresh having this conversation with a DJ Speedster and a DJ Capital 3 years ago. And it's taken them so long to finally make their things come to fruition because they haven't had the guaps behind them to make their ideas come to life. So I'm not trying to sell myself out. I feel like I have a bigger picture and a bigger future, and I've never signed a deal that I haven't read through every contract word for word. Because I have an agent. His name is Owen. He's the best ever, and he has never allowed me to sign anything that I haven't truly understood word for word. So if ever in the future you're trying to do business with me, let it be known. You're not going to talk to me about it. Because I'm not an agent. I'm not a manager.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm a television presenter. And I'm a personality.
You're basically the talent. You don't speak
to
the business behind the talent.
Speak to the business behind the talent. That's it. Because if you really want to have a conversation with just the talent about that, obviously now, like, I'm learning to unlock myself on these things, so that when I do have these conversations with people, you know, I mean, it's the same for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bruh, we're not lawyers. And that's what these artists need to understand, and that's what these people need to understand. Don't take a quick buck because it's right there in front of you. Really, truly know what you are signing yourself on for, and understand that you signed that one deal, but it means you're not signing 5 other deals.
So let me ask you a question, and I'm asking this not from because I saw you yesterday, y'all with KO, y'all were talking for a long ass time, so I know that everything is super cool from there. Did you, coming out of Cash Time, is that also one of the lessons that you kind of go, this is what I learned from there? It was a good place to learn, but moving forward, this is what I learned from there. You know what I mean? Where does this wisdom come from all of a sudden?
I don't think it's all of a sudden, dude.
No, I'm just saying though, you obviously, if you were in an engagement, say with Cash Time, and you felt that there was some cracks with it, you know what I mean? That means that like you probably never saw something. You never had that wisdom before the cracks occurred.
Sure.
Exactly. So the wisdom has come from somewhere. It wasn't just like boom, yo, Nomoozlie's on some. I got Owen. You know what I mean? Don't be slowing my life and my money. Shit, I need my money to be growing.
Put that on your website,
you know, Owen gotta keep the money flowing. But before Owen was keeping the money flowing, what I'm trying to say is that, yo, was part of the Cash Time experience the thing where you go, yo, fortunately the relationship is cool with these cats. There's no bad blood, but this is what I'm gonna learn about myself moving forward.
There is no bad blood, for sure. I mean, I think there were definitely disagreements, and because we are humans, there are still those things of like,
Yeah.
But the nature of Cash Time and myself too is that, dude, we want to grow, we want to work.
No, but I'm just saying that, cool,
to
all right, cool.
It's way easier to like just be good and open yourself up and learn and move on than to like stay angry. And I think that if I had stayed angry, I would probably still be with Cash Time.
Yeah.
So you have to live, you have to experience. And I think if you don't have an Owen, keeping the money flowing, you're going to sign a whole lot of crazy deals. So along the way, there were things that happened. And one thing people need to understand is that I know that while I was at Cash Time, I became Skanda Queezers, the new age Mabizas. But
is it Mabizas or Mabrizas? I cool. I cool.
So, although I became that personality, there was never a time where I was sat down at a table and they said, okay, here are your clothes. You have to wear these socks with these skirts, and then you have to walk like this and talk like this. You sit like this, you stand like this. It was just me living in their space and unlocking myself and saying, yo, this is the swag right now. Do you know what I mean? And interpreting that for myself. So I was Nomoozlie Mabena before I came to Cash Time, and Nomoozlie Mabena was a big deal, still is, do you know what I mean? So the machine has always been moving, but sometimes when you put yourself into a space where you don't really know, like, although I was a part of the music industry, I didn't really know. Like, once I became an artist, even things at MTV would frustrate me. Even things like promoters suddenly frustrated me. Even like being a host of an event. Because I was an artist, I really understood when KO was like, yo, love you, Nomoozlie, they probably paid you 20K to be on the stage, but I don't need an intro. I get it. Now, and I only understood it understood that stuff after I was with him. So yeah, a lot of things happened. Like in that almost 2 years that I was with him, I learned a lot of things. It was a crash course. And I always spoke of that. I always said, yo, this is hip hop 101. There's Professor KO who teaches this. There's Professor Maizi Dazu who teaches that. And I didn't only have teachers in Cash Time. There was always an AKA. There was always a Les. There was always a Scooter Rock. There was always somebody else. You know what I mean?
So here we are. I always say, and this is why I go, I just want to back up my statement when I go, in the batch of presenters, you probably are a groundbreaker in that level. I mean, you could almost go with different personalities. You know, we've had like, say, the Bonangs, we can go, okay, this is what's going to happen. We've had the Leratos, this is what's going to happen. We've had the Pearls, this is what's going to happen. You kind of like different, you know. I can't sit there and go, okay, this is what's going to happen. Because, you know, you have that credible street element from the music aspect. You know, you're presenting. You have the fashionable aspect. Where do you see yourself like taking the game? Because already you feel like, yo, I'm worth something. Not just everyone's chick. Not just being associated with that type of brand that did that with those other girls who are big in their own right. But yeah, they big, but I don't think that's aligned with me. You know, what is the value? What's Nomoozlie's currency? That's what I'm trying to get to, you know?
The thing is that it's
because I don't know what's in your head. I don't know what you're seeing. What's this thing of yourself? And no one knows what's in anyone's head. But I'm interested to tap into what's this thing that you see that makes you turn down certain deals, that makes you go, oh, and that thing is slow and our money. You know what I mean?
Owen is loving his life right now. The thing for me is that, like, I could easily take any check right now, and it would do even a minuscule check would like do so much for me. Like if somebody was to just cut me like an 80,000 rand check right now, I could do so much with that 80,000 rand. But I have to ask myself, what am I doing to get that 80,000 rand? What part of myself am I giving away?
So it's not money. It's about, I know what I want.
I know what I want, and I also know what I'm worth. And the thing is that, like, the things that it cuts off as well, like I was saying, you sign one deal and you don't sign 5 deals. And because of the nature of the personality, I'm not like a carbon copy of anything else. There are some deals where you give some person and in the next week, there's another person doing the exact same deal, but we don't even care that other person did it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I pride myself in being a person when I do it, I'm doing it. When I do it with big, like, for real, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to do that, there are certain things that it costs.
I'm looking at you, by the way, you're looking super fly, you know. I saw you last night, you're always looking super fly. Now I listened to one of the lines in your song. You say, I won't quote it as is, because I heard it this morning for the first time. You say something like, what you are in 7 days, or what you are is what cats are trying to, you know.
The lifestyle that you live is chasing, that's my 9 to 5.
That's a day in blanco. What is that? What is that 9 to 5 where these cats are chasing that? What is that 9 to 5?
I mean, a lot of young rappers are dying to like just have an interview with Slicker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's Sunday afternoon, and I got him in a Tresto having this interview.
I see.
Understand?
I hear you.
The lifestyle that you need is chasing, that's my 9 to 5, even on a Sunday.
Yeah. I see that.
That's it. I think it really does speak for itself, and there's so many lines. Like I could take you through the whole song from beginning to end.
Why? Okay, I'm glad. Why? Then I hear, you know, you got like, about like niggas, you got this, you feel like people are trying to block you. That's what I get from this. So you feel like people are trying to hate on you and block you. Like there's this force that's pulling you back. Where does that even come from though? Because I think you're just on your own lane. Maybe people don't understand you And maybe people can't put you in a box.
But also, it's even now, social media right now is super lit. Something like having an opinion, and even just saying like, sometimes when you respond to one negative tweet, you respond to one negative tweet. Suddenly, girl, don't let them get you down. Don't let them talk to you like trust me, girl, we love you. Focus on the positivity. It's like, yeah, but where were y'all at this whole time?
Yeah. You know why y'all let that negativity
and
come
also
through?
It's like, it isn't a constant state of mind, and that's what I love so much about music and writing, is that it is a sense of catharsis for me. So for me, it's like I can just...
Girl, you're going to have breakdown in English, sense of catharsis. Ooh-wee.
Google, baby. It's a sense of... It's a
yo,
sense
remind
of
me that catharsis, catharsis.
Yeah, so like, I can... Maybe it was that moment where I picked up the phone and there was a negative tweet, and I mean, obviously the song Recipe I wrote right after I left Cash Time, and I kind of knew where I was going, and nobody knew. I left Cash Time, I left MTV, and people were like, what the hell is going on with this shit? Like, she's lost it. Like, she's lost it. And that's the thing, there is so much mob mentality in the time that we live in, you know what I mean? So maybe it was just that moment of releasing the anger from that. It's not a constant state of mind. If it was a constant state of mind, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. I would be at home depressed. I would have gone back to Bonobi, said, Mom, Dad, that's it, I'm done. Because those are challenges that you face every day. I once even tweeted, like, yo, this comes straight to my phone. You understand that? People who don't like you actually can just pick up the phone and send you a message, and it comes straight to my phone. So I think maybe it was just a moment of releasing that and just letting it like, yo, and I see myself, I've got so many different sides of me, so many different facets to me, and they're like all ingredients. Since the song is called Recipe, like, yo, come and get a piece of some of this, because you are not even close to what I'm doing. Like, you're commenting like that and you're speaking about me like that because you don't know. So come and get this recipe.
I love the fact that you're from Benoni, and no one can question, because Charlie Theron is also from there, and not to mention I'm also from the East End, and I'm super lit, you know. I mean, yeah, I'm just like a game changer. So yeah, ain't no one can say the East End cats are any other way. For me though, that's why I think that's what makes you different even in the scene, is because a lot of people come from the same places, right? A lot of people come from the same school of thought. You know, in order for me to be great, I had to think outside East Rand. And once I got into this world of like, oh, like the people from Soweto to the north, I saw what they were doing, and I was like, I see what they're doing, but I have this other bigger plan in my head, and I'm constantly like that, you know? So I'm asking, like right now, you literally are like a full package. You know, you literally hit them, you got the music, you got the fashion, you got the presenting. When you were sitting in Benoni, you must have been seen like you're a weird kid, if not like super cool, because I'm trying to find where does all this come from, you know what I mean?
It's like I went to private school, I went to St. Johnston's, which is like the same school that Yufanik went to. So it was a private school, but all the cool stuff was happening in the public schools, like Benoni High, Wordsworth, Lamore, and I just was naturally drawn into that space. Everybody else was a rapper or a dancer, and I actually thought that was like...
I want to find out where you get your fashion sense from.
I think it's a combination. Like, you know, the thing about Benoni is that because it's such a small town and people can easily get locked into, it's a small town, everybody needs to be the same. We all just like all wanted to be different, and there were like so many different cliques. Like, there was this event that I used to MC called the Ben City Rise, and that was just like come up rappers. There was crew versus crew. There was even one time where they all met in Crystal Park and they all got into a big fight, but it was, okay, 2 o'clock, Crystal Park, we need to all fucking each other up, that's it. So it's like I kind of grew up around that, and because everybody around me was either a rapper or a dancer, I was like, I don't want to be any of those things, because like I see all of you guys doing this 24/7 all the time, pushing, and it's like, where are y'all really going with it?
So look, for me, okay, cool. You know, as a parent, you start seeing a lot of replicas of who you are with your kid, right? My kid is crazy, but I'm literally like, let him go crazy, because I'm like, ooh, see, that's just your black ass. That's the problems you gave your mother. I'm trying to figure out your parents, right? Like, what do they think of this? Do they see any of them in you right now? You know, was your mama Blanco? You know, like is there anything that when you look at yourself, sometimes you go, yo, I could have got this from my dad, my mom. I want to find out about your fam.
I've been more like my dad from the very beginning. We would probably be doing this interview on a helicopter. Like, he plans that far ahead. Like, he's just that savvy with it. So now I'm fully becoming my father's child. You know what I mean?
That's
and I'm really taking control.
That's the question. Yeah.
But the personality and the sass and the I got it like that. I'm not even intimidated that you got it like that. Actually, young Kaza that you got it like that. Because Nami, I got it like that. So we both got it like that. That's all, mom. Like, my mom is like. So you just have to meet. You'll meet my mom. I'll take you home one day. You'll meet my mom, and you will know. I'm actually like even a more toned down version of my mom.
But you know what I love? This is why I had to bring in your mother and your father, because you know, people watch you and they tweet and they might disrespect and they might throw whatever shade they throw as if like you just woke up and you just became so super fly and super cool. But you know, you literally a child of something that's there, and you know, your father probably, there was no vuzu there, your mother's, all this stuff literally like gets transferred to another generation. Your kid could even just be like the next thing of the next thing, but you're literally creating that avenue, you know what I mean? So I just the reason why I wanted to get into why people are hating, why you acknowledging the hate. Yo, they can't hate what you're doing because you're not doing it, it's who you are. Which goes back to your line about the 24/7. That's why I picked up that line, you know. So being Blanco is not like one person. Being Blanco is like a whole family tree of, yo, I think we fly. You think I got slick out here at a boutique? My dad would be on a plane right now. Exactly. And that's what you gotta let cats know that no, you ain't even started. And that's why I'm always asking you, where you taking this? Because maybe it's not in what I've seen in the industry, it's something that's contained within your family that goes, yo, you're gonna change the game this way. Any African thoughts, global thoughts?
I mean, strictly, I even get so annoyed when people are like, what do you think females in South Africa have to do? I'm like, first of all, like, you're sitting here talking to me, having an interview with me. We're doing something. So don't ask me that question. You haven't done your research and you're actually annoying me. And you know, from the TV side of things, the footprint is continental, do you know what I mean? But I just think the appeal of the brand, like if I was in America, I'd probably be a Disney kid. I'd be like Zendaya, she can act, she's got music, and that's where I'm really, really trying to take it. So I'm not trying to let go of my African roots because that's the swag.
That's the key.
That's the swag right now, trust me. But the ambitions are definitely global, man. That's why I had to start my own label, because a lot of people, they think too small for me simply because of the reaction me and my brand might get. So they like to think for other people and say, no, don't go that's gonna, put people off. Like, don't go too far. And that's why I just needed to totally take control of my whole situation. And not only for myself, but for other like-minded people, The people that I have on my team are also young people that are really growing their footprints in this space. They've all kind of done it under other people, but for them as well, it's time to take control and do their own thing. So, yeah.
So here's some words of experience, I used to say all the time, well, in my head, though, I don't say it to anybody. I used to say, actually, no one can manage me. During my prime, I was like, no one can manage me, because I'm thinking ahead of the manager. I'm thinking ahead of everybody. I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking, you know what I mean? And then I realized that, but if I could have someone that could work with me, with my thinking, then I would go there. But over time, I realized all this meant is that I needed to apply myself less as an artist and apply myself more as a business and apply myself more as a visionary. So move away from Nomoozlie or move away from Blanco and think of yourself as a visionary. And everything that you're taking out is a vision. And everyone that's coming in are partners of that vision. So whether it's Owen, whether it's Buddha, whether it's partners of the vision. Because if you come in, I was coming in as I need to think like an artist, I need a manager. No. Everybody plugs into the vision. So even now when you go, I'm not going to do this deal, and that deal, I'll tell you right now, you're probably going to make like $1 million. That deal that we talked about, just from what I know. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna make $1 million?
Easy. I know because I've literally seen someone make close to $1 million because I structured a deal like that for someone else. You know what I mean? Of the clothing being sold. I know.
But it's 2016 now.
I'm saying if someone.
Over time,
No.
changed.
No. I don't know what the contract is like today, but I knew that even then the contract, there's a small percentage because of this, but the clothes that go out, you end up like turning out like close to $1 million. I know that. You know what I mean? So my thing is, we ain't gonna get into it.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. The point is that
I could go write you a comment.
the point. Now we ain't gonna get into. I'm not trying to sell you the deal. I'm just telling you from.
Because the deal is gone.
No, I'm not.
Somebody else got way less than the money, but.
Yeah. I'm just talking on what I know. You know, it obviously varies, obviously, yeah? But what I'm just saying though, it literally leads back to a thing where I go, at the end of the day, it's about think of yourself as a visionary. And I don't care even if you go make $1 million or $2 million or $500,000. How does it plan to the vision? And I tell people, that's why they're like, when you gonna drop music, when you gonna get a song, immediately when I drop a song and I drop Focus on Slick on Life, I'm literally like, that's what I'm trying to get to. Sorry for bringing in your business. But what I'm trying to get to is that I'm just trying to get your thinking to go, be comfortable with your thinking and stop thinking of yourself as you're a presenter, you're a rapper, you're a visionary, and you got people plugging in.
I really am. Hence, I said to you before, once you get to a level where you can actually speak up for yourself and say, no, I don't want that. Yes, I do want that. Or actually, I've looked up what you're talking about and I know what you're actually saying and I don't agree. When you are an artist, people think that you shouldn't know those things. You shouldn't be talking like that, so you must think that you're bigger than that. And because I am an artist, you can even ask Nomoozlie about this. She spoke to us about this at a table full of ANC Congress people, that because I am an artist, the way that I talk is different. And if I wasn't a visionary, I would still be exactly where I was in 2012. Just happy to be in the game. Just happy to be Nomoozlie Mabena, just happy to be getting checked at the end of the month, just happy to be paying my rent. But because I am a visionary and I see further than now, I understand that I can't say yes to certain things now. And I understand that there are even certain things that I can't say no to. And there are even things that I don't want to do now.
So here's the thing.
But I have to do them now because somewhere in the future they will get me there. And we've all seen people come up at the same time as me, come up in the same group of me, or people that I've worked with before. The strides are being made.
So the
strides are definitely being made. And I feel like if anything, I am one person that prides themselves on working towards a pathway. At the end of the day, if somebody's gonna call me out on it, I can say, yeah, I did that, and I don't care. Hence, when you tell me about this deal, you could have made it. Like, we actually know what happened because we were there.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say I'm proud of the decision that I made. And of anything else, I'm very proud. Like, hence things like leaving MTV, a full global company, to go work at Vuvu. What's the thinking behind that? Why leave a label where you are surrounded by some of the best rappers in the game and they can eat, like, it showed right afterwards. Because when I used to go out on stage, the intro would be Brenda Fassie and then it would cut to a cash time 24 live and then hit the rest of the end. You don't understand the difference that tag makes, just cash time 24 live. Before you even come out, people are already dying. But that's not where I want to die. That's not where my grave is. And the things that I'm doing now ultimately are going to show people that you may not understand it not right now, but it's not for you to understand. there is a vision and there's a
plan. I'm aligning with you and I'm agreeing with you, and the reason why I'm saying $1 million ain't enough if it's disrupting the vision, because the vision is bigger than $1 million, and the vision could actually be it's the juice, you know.
Let me just say this to you so we can actually get off this conversation.
Yeah.
If they had given me $1 million, I would have done it. So let's get off it.
Okay, but let me what I'm saying.
Let's get off it.
I'm not even there. I'm not there though. I'm saying to you, I'm talking about you and what you keep on like pushing out. I'm saying to you, without you knowing, and as you grow older, you'll start realizing that the reason why you had this gut thing that's a vision that you probably can't really say you know what it is, but the reason why you say no to certain things is because you know there's a bigger thing distant, but you don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? So, but it only takes time for you to get to that point. And that's a conversation of wisdom. Hence, I said that when I was younger, I always said to myself, I can't have a manager because guys are clever, you know, guys are smart, but guys are not thinking as big as I am. So I got good people, some of the best people. But now, as I got older, I said, oh, I see. I just never knew I had a vision. It was my gut that pulled me away from things that never made sense. So let's say, even if it was $1 million or $2 million, and I'm not even talking about that deal. If your gut is guiding you to that thing that you don't know, not a lot of people have that. You've got a thing that's guiding you to where you need to go, and you think it's you making the decision. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Right now, it's real because you described your father and you described your mother. Nothing is happening by chance. I mean, it's something so this thing is guiding you at all times. So I know how it is, not just as a female, but just as a black person. What you're doing right now, what keeps the world in peace is if everyone agrees to everything. Whenever everyone agrees, if 1,000 people agree to something, and then one person goes no, they make that person's life hard. If one person goes, this is where it wants, they make that person's life hard. So let's just say, right now, your life will have challenges, but don't ever be disheartened, because you will get through those 1,000 people will stay on okay. You'll always be above those people if you consistently follow your gut.
And I think that is the challenge about being a young person, even like Boiti has said it, is that the most difficult thing about being a person in this industry is not seeing yourself the way that other people see you. And I think that because we are so heavily reliant on people to buy our music, watch our shows, buy our clothes, do whatever it is that we need them to do, we often think that they have to like me. I beg for them to like me, but that isn't the truth about life. You know what I mean? And it's like what I said to you. If I can always do things where at the end of the day, if it's good for me and my well-being, that's what I have to hold on to.
You know how you got into the industry? You know how you got selected by MTV and everybody else? You know how? Because in your head, somewhere along the line, you never wanted to be like everyone else. But you know what the problem is with fame and money? And let me tell you, fame and money is even bothering presidents, okay? Fame and money is so addictive that when it's around you, you don't want to let it go. You want to always please it. You always want to make it come. But you forget that you came in because you said that this is who I am. And you probably repelled a lot of things when people go, why are you cola, why are you presenter, why are you food? You were repelling. You came in because you were resistant. And just because now they buy you with money, they buy you with love, now you forget that actually I've always been resistant. So now you want to be accepted in the circles of, I always saw this guy there. So now your acceptance makes you weak. Your acceptance makes you normal. Your acceptance makes you, another one of those, another famous person. So the core thing, whether it's you, whether it's both, the reason why you guys are where you are is because you once went against the grain. And the only way you're going to grow is if you consistently are true to yourself and go against the grain. Don't let this acceptance and this money fool you, because that acceptance and this money that they give you only says that you can only get to this level, and we're the only guys that don't let anybody be your king or your queen. Don't let anybody be your master. You must be. I've always said it before. I said it in my ear. I always said it. That's why I would go to the Psalms and talk some crazy shit. I said, no. I don't give a damn. I don't need this industry. The industry needs me. And you know what? I always said that. Then I built like a slick on life. And I said, you know what I mean?
Can I tell you, in business meetings and when I go and talk to brands, let me tell you, the number one name that comes up in hip hop is Slick on Life. Trust me.
And you know, I'm not even gonna be big-headed about it. I'm great. It's humbling.
And that's the thing.
Because
that's the thing. Because it's so intrinsically you. Because you stuck to your guts. It's just who you are. It's what you do. It isn't even a crown that you need to wear on your head. It isn't even something that you need to wear on your chain. It's like, it's you, it's who you are. Do you know what I mean?
And that's why to be real with you, 100 with you. That's why I'll always show you love. That's why for even the Vuzu thing I had to clear, I said, yo, put you a ground. I even said some shit to Spuda on the side, Jim, cause like, you know, when y'all were doing what I said, yo, Spuda, yo, you gotta make sure that like, cause this girl, cause I'm gonna tell you, you being you is your power. Don't ever try to fit in this game. They don't want you to win. But you being you, being you is your power. And that's what you bring in the game. So at all times, it's going to be difficult for you. I'm telling you this because they make it difficult for me all the time. They trying to undersell me. They trying to make it difficult. They trying to play me. They trying to make me think like I don't know the culture. They trying to make me think like I'm trying to fit in, like I'm trying to compete with you. I'm like, yo, this is who I am. And they going to do that to you too. So what I'm saying to you, that's why I vibe with you. I'm saying you are a visionary. You are not an artist, you are not a rapper. You just so happen to have these tools of presenting and rapping to assist the vision. That's what it is. You just have tools. Never ever box yourself in a rapper, artist, presenter. You're a visionary and you got tools. And then you got people, the right people around you to make those tools work.
That's definitely what it is. Like that is all that it is. It's like, and that's what Nomoozlie music is. It's like a hub for like-minded, creative people to get together and make things happen. Whether it's for themselves, for the team that they're with. At the end of the day, it's mutually beneficial to all concerned.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I say to you that I'm not a manager, I'm not an agent. You see, no, don't Vuzu me now and cut it there.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is that I don't think it's fair for people to, first of all, as a person, it's important to know yourself. And this is even what Kenya was saying to me last night when we were talking for a long time, is that always put a person in the place for things that you don't know. Always seek guidance. Always seek counsel on things that you don't know. It's been happening since the beginning of time. Kings and queens,
of course,
pharaohs, they had advisors. You're no different, do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. But I don't think that it's fair for you to put me in a position where you're saying to me like, yo, I've got a deal for you, but I want to deal with you. I don't like dealing with agents because no. You're playing me because you know I'm just going to say yes because it sounds great. Do you know what I mean? And hence I'll say to you, even in the beginning, Owen has never let me sign a contract that I didn't read with him word for word. Because at the end of the day, if he's not unlocking me and growing me, he's wasting his own time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the same with my management, with our projects. If they aren't unlocking me and challenging me on my thinking as well, they're wasting their own time because they're gonna keep working with a person that only wants to be here. And I'm not trying to be here. Even Sandile is sitting there on the floor. From the day he came in the door, I said to him, the shoes on tight, boy, because we're going, like we're running on this thing. It's not a matter of you're in now. That's it. Like you're constantly growing, you're constantly evolving. But at the end of the day, you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And the truth of the matter is that I don't know the words that are in the contracts. I know some of them now because I've read so many and I've been unlocking myself to those things. But that's not my speciality. You know, you can't win the lotto if you don't buy a ticket. So you may get a small amount now, but in the future you will realize that actually, yes, they said they're going to give you R1 million, but they said that you can't work for any other people for this many amounts of years, and this deal is subject to renewal after 5 years, and they can rerun it, and they can. You'll miss those things, dude. Those things will go over your head. Don't ever play yourself.
Don't ever play it.
Don't ever overplay yourself. These things will go over your head, my dog. So I get it. I am a visionary, and I hear you, and those are blessings.
Yes,
I receive them. I receive
indeed.
them.
Yes,
but
indeed.
I also have to be honest with myself, and I think that's what a lot of artists in this game are missing. They're not honest with themselves because they're chasing the money and the fame and a trend.
And I want to be so and so.
Yes, and they want a trend. Like trending is so cool. Do you know that the majority of this population is not even on Twitter, and you're just concerned about trending in South Africa? You're probably just trending here
in Joburg. Anyway, firstly, I want to wrap it up like this. I was gonna get into woman in the game, but you know what? This is beyond that.
I brought you into the store so that you could just understand that I am a woman and I'm okay with it and I don't care.
But that's why I'm not even gonna get into that whole woman thing, because this conversation is bigger than it's a great store. Shout out to the store.
Rich store.
Shout out to Rich Store. Thanks for hosting us. Changing the aesthetic as Buddha said. But the reality is that I could have said anything about woman this, but what you're saying though is bigger than woman. It's the game.
Yes.
And that's why we know.
We need to have in Women's Month. Please.
I don't want to have that. So woman in it. Nah, it's the game.
Yes.
And you know what? Whether you're speaking smarter than a lot of men, I'll be 100 with you. So and that's dope. A lot of guys, you're speaking smarter than a lot of guys. So this ain't even school for women. It's school for the game. Blanco.
Thank you.
Come on now. I'm glad. I'm happy.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yes, indeed. It's all love. We out here slick on life at the rich, right? With two double I at Maros.
My mentality, I'm Griselda Blanco. I do interviews in the rich store. Brother.
Listen.
Everything is
you're a visionary.
Thank you.
Finished. We out.